For 300 years, the Galactic Federation watched Earth from afar. Once a bright, loud planet full of signals, music, and moving ships, it had fallen into complete silence. No more voices, no more lights, no more signs of life. The satellites they sent received only empty waves. Probes landed and returned nothing but dust and overgrown ruins. Earth, once the home of the noisy and curious humans, had become quiet like a tomb. After centuries of watching and waiting, the Federation made a final decision. A message was broadcast across the galaxy, declaring Earth officially dead. No life, no civilization, just a forgotten world slowly being swallowed by time. The word, dead, was stamped next to Earth's name in galactic records. Most moved on, erasing Earth from memory, but not everyone. A small scavenger ship named Reaper's Wind arrived near Earth one cycle after the declaration. The crew, 4 aliens who searched dead worlds for old tech, saw opportunity. Dead worlds often held valuable scraps, and Earth was rumored to be full of ancient machines and lost data. When they landed, they found what they expected. Broken cities covered in vines, shattered roads, and tall trees rising through steel towers. Wind howled through the ruins. Nature had taken over everything. Their scanners showed breathable air, but not a single living soul. Just shadows and dust. Captain Varlo, the leader of the crew, ordered them to set up camp inside an old building with the word library still carved in stone. While the others explored, Varlo sat down to rest, confident that Earth truly was nothing but a dead world. That belief didn't last long. As the crew relaxed inside, preparing for the next day's search, a strange sound crackled through their comm devices. At first it was static. Then came a voice, clear, steady, and impossible. A human voice. "You're not supposed to be here," it said. All 4 froze. Their scanners still showed no life nearby. Grox, the engineer, looked around, with wide eyes. Ziri, the medic, whispered, "Did anyone else hear that?" Captain Varlo stood up slowly, holding his weapon. "Identify yourself," he called out. But there was no reply. Then the voice returned, this time louder, more firm. "Leave now, or stay forever." The walls of the library flickered with blue light. Words appeared across every surface. Walls, ceilings, even the pages of old books. "You declared Earth dead, but I never died." The crew backed away, their weapons drawn. Something was very wrong. Earth had been dead for centuries. No one could have survived that long. And yet someone, or something, was talking to them. Before they could run back to their ship, a figure appeared on the street outside the library. Tall, dressed in patched-up battle armor that glowed faintly with old human tech. The aliens raised their weapons, but the figure walked forward without fear. He stopped a few steps away, and his voice came again, not through the comms this time, but directly from his mouth. "You left us to rot. You watched us burn. Now you come to pick our bones?" He reached up and pulled off his helmet, revealing a human face, pale, sharp-eyed, calm. None of the aliens could speak. A human standing on a world declared dead. Impossible. "Who are you?" Varlo finally asked. The man stared at him with a cold look. "Commander Elias Kane. Born on Earth. Died here too. But I came back." The crew exchanged terrified glances. Grox whispered, "Humans can't survive this long." Elias didn't blink. "Who said I'm still human?" The moment Elias Kane revealed himself, the crew of the Reaper's Wind was thrown into a whirlwind of confusion and disbelief. Their scanners had detected no life, yet here stood a man who not only lived, but seemed to carry the weight of centuries on his shoulders. Elias's calm demeanor and the strange glow emanating from his battle-worn armor told them he was no ordinary survivor. He was different, changed by time, technology, and a mission they could barely understand. Captain Varlo, still gripping his weapon tightly, struggled to reconcile this impossible reality with everything they had been taught about Earth. The man before them spoke with the authority of someone who had seen the fall of a civilization and had survived against all odds. He made it clear that Earth was not dead, as the Federation had declared, but alive in ways they could not imagine. The silence that had swallowed the planet was a lie, a mask hiding a deeper truth. Elias's words struck a chord with the crew. He told them Earth had been abandoned and left to decay while the galaxy turned its eyes away. The Federation's cold declaration of death was not a simple fact, but a cruel verdict passed without understanding or mercy. Elias himself was a living contradiction, born and raised on Earth, a soldier who had faced the apocalypse and somehow returned from it. His survival was not magic or luck, it was the result of something hidden beneath the surface, something the Federation never bothered to look for. The crew realized that Earth held secrets beyond their wildest expectations, secrets that could rewrite the story of humanity itself. The man before them, with his strange armor and glowing veins, was both a guardian and a warning. As the tension between the crew and Elias grew, the alien engineer Grox muttered doubts about how a human could survive so long alone. But Elias's gaze was steady and unyielding. He hinted that he was no longer fully human, that the line between man and machine had blurred in his transformation. This revelation unsettled the crew but also made them curious. Elias's body was enhanced, integrated with ancient technology, that allowed him to endure the harsh conditions of a world thought lifeless. The armor he wore was more than protection. It was a symbol of his connection to Earth's lost past and its uncertain future. His survival was a testament to Earth's resilience, a defiance against the silence that had consumed the planet for centuries. Without waiting for permission, Elias led the crew away from the crumbling ruins into the shadows beneath the surface. The journey took them into a hidden network of tunnels and chambers, places untouched by time and decay. The aliens used to exploring dead worlds were awestruck by what they found. The underground complex was vast and filled with technology, both ancient and strangely advanced. It was a sanctuary, built in secret long ago, designed to preserve what remained of humanity. These chambers were the heart of a hidden refuge known as the Ark, a last hope for survival in a world destroyed by disaster. Cryogenic pods, now mostly broken and empty, lined the halls, silent witnesses to thousands who had tried to sleep through the apocalypse and wake in a new era. Elias explained how he was the Ark's sole survivor, revived by an artificial intelligence that protected the complex and ensured his survival. This AI had trained him, upgraded his body, and prepared him to endure the loneliness and harsh realities of a dying planet. The glowing blue light beneath his skin was a sign of this fusion between human and machine, a bond that kept him alive and alert. He was no longer just a man, he was a living weapon, the last line of defense for Earth's legacy. The aliens could feel the weight of his duty and the strength of his resolve. Elias was not a victim, but a sentinel, standing guard over a secret the galaxy had forgotten. The atmosphere grew heavy with the unspoken truth that the crew had stumbled into a conflict much bigger than themselves. Elias's warning was clear. Earth was alive, and it was not a prize to be plundered. The Federation's mistake in declaring the planet dead had invited outsiders, but Elias was ready to defend his home at any cost. The crew faced a choice: to respect the last human's command and leave quietly, or risk angering a powerful force born from Earth's ashes. The encounter shattered their beliefs, forcing them to reconsider everything they knew about humanity, survival, and the meaning of life in a galaxy full of wonders and dangers. Elias Kane was not just Earth's last survivor. He was its living warning, a reminder that some fires never truly die out. The crew of the Reaper's Wind stood silently as Elias Kane's words settled in the air around them. They realized that Earth's story was far from over. The ark beneath their feet was more than a shelter. It was a symbol of hope and survival, and Elias was its protector. Though the surface seemed dead, life had endured in the shadows, and the galaxy's neglect had left Earth vulnerable. Captain Varlo, who had once been confident in his mission to scavenge old relics, now faced a far more dangerous reality. Elias's presence was a stark reminder that Earth was not a prize to be taken lightly, but a world with a guardian who would fight to the last breath. As the crew followed Elias deeper into the underground complex, they found themselves surrounded by humming machines, walls lined with data archives, and rooms filled with advanced technology that spoke of a civilization far more advanced than history remembered. This hidden world was alive with quiet energy, a secret kept safe by Elias and the Ark's AI, an intelligence that had watched over the planet for centuries. The AI had preserved not only technology but memories, histories, and hopes of humanity's return. Elias explained that the Federation's abandonment had shattered humanity's chance for survival. Many humans had entered the Ark, hoping to waken a better future, but the AI's systems had malfunctioned, leaving most in eternal sleep or death. Elias had been the one the AI revived first, merging his body with technology to sustain him and keep Earth's legacy alive. His transformation was both a gift and a curse, giving him power and knowledge but isolating him in a world where he was the last human awake. The loneliness weighed on him, but his resolve never faltered. He was determined to awaken the galaxy to the truth and reclaim Earth's place among the stars. The crew listened, understanding that Elias was no longer just a survivor, but a symbol of resistance against the cold judgment that had erased Earth from galactic memory. His story was a call to action, a challenge to those who had forgotten what Earth once was. As they moved through the Ark, the crew encountered evidence of past efforts to revive humanity. Workbenches filled with half-finished repairs, data cores, glowing faintly with stored knowledge, and cryo-chambers cracked and empty. The place was a graveyard of hopes, yet it pulsed with quiet life through Elias's presence and the AI's hum. The aliens began to feel the weight of responsibility, pressing down on them. They were not here to loot. They had stumbled upon the last bastion of a fallen world. Captain Varlo spoke quietly with his team, realizing that their mission must change. Instead of scavengers, they could become allies, protectors of a hidden world that still had a chance. Elias's determination inspired a shift in their hearts, but the dangers were far from over. The Federation's declaration of Earth's death had not gone unnoticed. Other factions in the galaxy, mercenaries, explorers, and warlords, had heard rumors of Earth's secret treasures and might come searching for their own gain. Elias warned that any attempt to claim Earth's technology or invade the Ark would be met with fierce resistance. His enhancements gave him strength beyond any normal human, and the AI's defenses could activate powerful systems to protect the complex. This was a battleground waiting to erupt, with Earth caught in the center. The crew understood that staying meant risking their lives, but also offered a chance to be part of something greater, a fight to restore Earth's honor and place in the galaxy. The choice was theirs. Tensions rose as they debated their next move. Some crew members feared the power Elias represented and wanted to leave immediately, while others felt drawn to the cause of saving Earth's last legacy. Captain Varlo weighed his options carefully, knowing that any decision would change their lives forever. Elias, sensing their uncertainty, spoke with quiet conviction. He was ready to face whatever came, whether friend or foe, but he needed allies. Earth's story was far from finished, and the galaxy would soon learn that a single human had answered the call when everyone else had turned away. The crew, standing in the heart of the Ark, faced a choice that would decide the fate of a dead world that was very much alive. The tension inside the hidden Ark, deep beneath the ruined Earth, grew thick as the crew of the Reaper's Wind grappled with the reality of what Elias Kane represented. Earth was no longer a forgotten world, but a living force, fiercely protected by its last son. The crew knew that word of their discovery would spread quickly across the galaxy, attracting both allies and enemies. Elias understood this better than anyone. He had spent centuries alone, preparing for the moment when Earth's silence would be broken. Now, with these outsiders in his domain, the time had come to awaken the planet's true strength. He showed them ancient control rooms filled with technology that could revive Earth's ecosystems, restart long-dormant machines, and restore the planet's surface. These were not mere relics. They were the seeds of a new beginning, hidden, a way to survive the apocalypse. Elias's mission was clear: to bring Earth back from the brink, not just for himself, but for all humanity and any who wished to stand beside them. Captain Varlo and his crew, once scavengers hunting for forgotten technology, now found themselves at the heart of a much larger cause. They watched as Elias activated some of the ancient systems, machines humming to life, releasing faint lights and green growth in places long thought dead. The walls of the Ark seemed to breathe with new energy. For the first time in centuries, Earth was stirring. Elias explained that this revival was slow and fragile. The planet's wounds were deep, and the galaxy's apathy had left scars difficult to heal. Yet, hope was alive, flickering stronger with every moment. The crew's initial fear turned to respect and awe. Elias was no longer a lone survivor. He was a leader, a beacon for the forgotten world. He extended a cautious invitation to the crew: join him, help protect Earth, and become part of something greater than themselves. It was a call few could refuse. However, the dangers outside the Ark's protective walls were very real and growing. Reports from the galaxy reached the crew's sensors. Mercenaries and warlords, eager to claim Earth's lost technology, were mobilizing. The Federation, embarrassed by their past mistake in declaring Earth dead, sent envoys with mixed intentions, some seeking peace, others greed. Elias prepared for the inevitable confrontation with cold resolve. His body, enhanced beyond normal human limits, moved with the precision of a warrior trained for centuries. The AI that guarded the Ark activated defense systems, energy shields, automated drones, and ancient weapons waiting to strike. The underground fortress was no longer a quiet refuge, but a battleground ready to protect Earth's rebirth at all costs. In the days that followed, the crew trained with Elias, learning to navigate the complex defenses and understanding the stakes. The tension between them grew into a strong bond, forged by shared purpose. Captain Varlo realized that their fate was tied to Elias and Earth's survival. They were no longer mere observers or scavengers. They were guardians of a world reborn. The crew began sending encrypted messages to trusted allies across the galaxy, warning them of Earth's revival and the need for support. Elias's story spread quietly but steadily, inspiring hope among those who had long forgotten Earth's place among the stars. The turning point came when hostile forces arrived, their warships darkening Earth's skies. The battle was fierce and brutal. Elias fought with a strength and skill that stunned his enemies. The AI's defenses surged to life, turning the Ark into an impenetrable fortress. The crew stood united beside Elias, defending not just a planet, but a future. The invaders, expecting an easy conquest, found themselves overwhelmed by a force, born from survival, hope, and unwavering determination. The battle was a clear message to the galaxy. Earth was not dead, and it would not be taken without a fight. After the victory, Elias stood amidst the ruins, his eyes shining with quiet pride. Earth was wounded but alive, and its story had only just begun. The crew of the Reaper's Wind pledged to help him rebuild and protect their home, knowing that the galaxy would watch closely. Together, they would prove that even when declared dead, a single human and a world could rise again. Elias's voice echoed through the ark one last time, a promise and a warning. Earth had answered the silence, and the galaxy must listen. The future was uncertain, but for the first time, in centuries, it was filled with hope.